Good morning, students. I'm welcoming you all. Let's make commerce easy. And today I've come back with module 4, directing and controlling. And in that, we are learning about motivation. So, let's get started. Now, as per Michael Judicious, motivation is the act of stimulating someone or oneself to get a desired course of action, to push the right button to get a desired action. Now let's understand this. See, the word motivation has been derived from the word motive. That means what? Something wherein the inner drive or intention that makes a person to do something or to behave in a certain manner. The source for the same has been taken by me from Manan Prakashan. Now, the features of motivation are: first one, motivation is an act of managers. That means what? The subordinates. That means I have to get motivated. And who is going to motivate them? The managers. They could be either the middle level managers or the top level managers. By motivating, either giving the subordinates monetary incentives or non-monetary incentives. The second point we are doing is motivation is a continuous process. Now, motivation is not a one-time activity. When one need is satisfied, there re-arises a need to keep getting motivated continuously. Therefore, managers have to identify the emerging needs of their subordinates and strive to satisfy such need at regular time. The third point or the third feature of motivation is motivation can be positive or negative. Now, let's understand what is a positive reinforcement or what is a negative reinforcement. Positive motivation can be stimulated or activated by providing positive incentives such as higher pay, power, position, etc. Negative motivation implies the use of penalties, punishments, etc. Motivation is goal oriented. That is point number 4. Now, see, motivation is a behavioral concept. It directs human behavior towards the accomplishment of goals. If a human being or a manager is properly motivated, employee put in their best efforts in order to achieve the desired goals. That is why motivation is goal oriented. Point number 5, motivation is complex in nature. Now see, if a individual or a subordinate or the manager is influencing a subordinate, maybe like in the first 15 days he gives him some extra money to do his work, okay, and the subordinate is getting influenced also. But maybe after 15 days he requires maybe a little better pay, a better position or a better status, or maybe some working hours or a better designation. So at the same time, within a span of 1 month, that subordinate not only required monetary measures but also non-monetary measures. So as a result, the whole concept of motivation is complex in nature. The sixth point I have is motivation is an art. Given the same set of incentives, two different managers may produce different results. The manager who is motivated, might have better results, and the other manager may have to put in extra efforts to motivate the subordinates. So, as a result, motivation is an art depending upon how motivated the manager is, the result would accordingly keep varying. The seventh point for the same I have is motivation is system oriented. What do I mean by system oriented? There are sub concepts in this. The first concept I am telling you is forces operating within an individual. That means his nature, his need, his values, all of that would direct him or channelize him for better motivation. The eighth, the other sub point in motivation is system oriented is forces operating within the organization, that is the organization structure, superior subordinate relations, nature of job, working conditions, that means how good they are. All of this is also going to be a part of the system oriented motivation. Okay. Other than this, the individual's customs, religion, values of the society is also a part of his subsystem or is system oriented. The eighth point that I am teaching today is motivation is different from job satisfaction. For example, a receptionist or a telecaller every day is going to make n number of calls and she is really contented with her job. But that is not motivation. The willingness every day or the desire, the need, desires when are fulfilled, job satisfaction is the outcome of motivation. But that doesn't mean that motivation and job satisfaction are the same concepts. Okay, with this I finish the entire features of motivation. The next topic that I'm doing today is importance of motivation. Let's understand that how is motivation important. Let's study it from the first point. The first point states at higher efficiency. What do I mean by efficiency and how is motivation going to help me achieve higher efficiency? See, once an employee in any organization gets incentives, they are motivated to perform better with commitment, with dedication. This in turn improves efficiency of all the employees. The next point I have is innovation. That means how motivation can help our employee come up with more innovative things. So basically innovation helps an organization to gain, competitive advantage in the market. Today those companies, they can perform better who keeps coming up with innovative products all the time. The third point I have is corporate image. Due to motivation, the overall performance of the employees improves. Improved, performance enables the firm to get higher results. This in turn enhances corporate image of the firm in the minds of the shareholders, customers, and other members of the society. So, with this, I finished my third point of corporate image. The fourth point we have is teamwork. Motivation helps teamwork in an organization, like the finance department, the advertisement department. All of them are going to be in sync. They are motivated to work in a team, which in turn is going to help the overall performance of the organization. The fifth point I have is optimum use of resources. Motivated employees work with absolute dedication. They make optimum use of physical as well as financial resources. This in turn is going to help the company achieve better results all the time. The sixth point I have is reduction in absenteeism. Let's understand absenteeism. Absenteeism means remaining less absent in an organization or wherever a person is working. For example, if I love my job, I would love to go every day. Even if I am a little unwell, I would still make it a point to go. So when there are highly motivated personnel or highly motivated managers or highly motivated subordinates, they would love going to work every day and they would remain less absent in their organization. The next importance of motivation is reduction in labor turnover. Labor turnover takes place when employees leave the organization and join some other organization. That means within 6 months of their appointment, they do not like the firm and they wish to take or they wish to work somewhere else. So this is reduction in labor turnover, and highly motivated personnel would never ever go to any other firm because he is very contented in the area, in the place where he is working. The eighth point I have is better relations. Now, with with motivation, enables better relations in the organizations. Motivated workforce or work with team spirit, which in turn leads to better relations. Better relations enable the organizations to generate higher efficiency. As a result, the motivated personnel have very good relations with everybody in the organization. The ninth point I'm doing is improved morale. Morale in general is a term that describes the overall group satisfaction. That means proper motivation results in improved morale of the employees. Employees work with commitment and dedication when their morale is high. So even the worst of problems or the mistakes, uh, uh, when the employee is going to make mistakes, their morale is going to be really low. But highly motivated people, they have a very high morale. The 10th point I have is reduction in wastages and breakages. Motivated employees take utmost care in handling machines, materials, and other resources. They take care of everything in general and they are very, very keen on doing their work. So, as a result, uh, the motivated employees make sure that there is less reduction in wastages and breakages. Also, the demotivated employees may deliberately waste materials and they may even damage or break machines and equipment. The 11th point I have is reduction in accidents. So motivated employees make sure that they work with care, they work with concentration, they follow all the safety rules and regulations, that even the hygiene matters are lost. So as a result, there are less chances of accidents, especially even in the accident prone areas. Thank you, friends, for listening. I hope this lecture was extremely enriching for motivation.